Good afternoon and happy Thursday to all of your sunshiny faces, guys. I'm like so thrown off as to what day it is because 4th of July was right smack dab in the middle of the week. It was on Wednesday, which was yesterday. And so my dad was off on Wednesday and today, and then he goes back to work tomorrow. So he worked Monday and Tuesday, and then we'll work Friday. Which is like kind of weird. So we were supposed to go to the movies this morning, guys, because we had to go early because Matthew had to work. The earliest showing we could have gone to was 11 o'clock. Everybody like ended up getting up at like 10 o'clock. So he couldn't go because then they had the next like earliest was at like a 12:40, and Matthew worked at 4 o'clock, I think, or something like that. But he would have had to have, like, he leaves, like, before that, like, 4:30 or something like that, or, like, 3:30. The movie would have probably been over, like, close to, like, 3 o'clock or something like that. So it's just, like, too close of a time crunch to be able to really, like, go and enjoy it and not be rushing around and stuff like that. So we didn't end up going, but maybe this weekend or one day during the week or something like that. And so, yeah, that didn't happen today, but I got dishes all taken care of. I also ended up, doing just about all the laundry. I think I have one load left. That is it, guys. I am done. I did it all pretty much in one day. And I also made my grocery list too for tomorrow. I didn't like type it out yet, but I ended up like doing all of my like highlighting and stuff like that, went through the list and stuff, which I don't think I'm going to make any freezer dinners this week because I have made like 12 for the last like 2 weeks, so I think I have like 24 new freezer dinners on the freezer, or something like that. I know I made over 10 this week and over 10 last week or something, or somewhere close to that, and then I think even the week before that I ended up making like 4 or something, or maybe the week prior. But yeah, I've been making a lot of freezer dinners lately, so I think we're good because we were like very low, like freezer dinner wise, like we didn't have a lot of freezer dinners, but now we do because I stocked back up. So there's really nothing that's too great of a deal. Ground beef is kind of cheap, so I'm thinking I might get ground beef and just freeze it for my mom to use, or even to maybe for myself, like, so that if I plan on doing something like, I don't know, even like Hamburger Helper or something like that, like if we have that type of thing, or if it's something where it's like, oh, just add like a pound of ground beef or whatever, that way I have like an extra pound or two of ground beef, just as like extra ground beef, that's frozen like separately to use for whatever, and it doesn't necessarily have to be for a freezer dinner, because it does happen often, I think, where like it might be like a recipe or like something that's pre-made but maybe like really easy to make or something like that, and it'll be like, oh, just use like 1 pound of ground beef, and I'm like, oh, we don't have that, because normally whenever I buy it I make it straight away into a freezer dinner. So I was kind of thinking about doing that, and it's super cheap too. It's not very lean though. I think it's like 73% lean or something like that, or 75%, whatever it is. But it's only like $1.79 or something like that per pound, and it's in the 3-pound pack, so I probably will most likely get a pack of that, and like I said, just probably actually wind up freezing it all. But there's really not too many sales going on this week, so I spent a lot last week on all of the 4th of July stuff, but then this week I don't have that much stuff to get, so it was kind of a smaller, easier grocery list too this week instead of last week where I was like dreading doing it. But it was weird too, because like Tuesday after my sales papers came, we were gone for most of the day, like, you know, out doing 4th of July stuff, and then yesterday I didn't really have time to make my list, so today I did, and I got that done. So today was kind of like catch up from the holiday, getting everything else taken care of. Like I said too, I did dishes, and that's all caught up with too. Everything in the dishwasher is dirty. I don't even have enough dishes to run it. I did a full load today. I did a full load yesterday, and was able to get completely all caught up with all of that as well. And I made dinner for tonight also, so that got all done. I even made dinner for myself too, which I haven't been utilizing my freezer dinners that I've made for myself, so I ended up making the lentil butternut squash curry or whatever it is, which is so amazing, guys. It is my favorite, I think my favorite homemade dish. It tastes like the flavoring in it, and like it tastes like restaurants, like quality, like spices and stuff like that. Like all the flavors just taste so good together. It doesn't taste like super bland and stuff like that, but at the same time too, it's so good. It's not like adding like just like a huge like, you know, a bunch of butter to something, or like a whole bunch of salt, or, you know, like there's like barely any, there's, other than like the curry powder, there's like barely any other like seasonings or anything like that in there. It's just like all of the like more natural flavors and stuff like that, like the butternut squash, there's tomatoes, there's the lentils, the what else is in there? The coconut milk, like everything in there, all the flavors together just taste so good. And it's like, you don't need like anything else really added in there to like make it taste like better. Like I know sometimes too, like my mom will be like, oh, like, you know, the dinner that I made or whatever, like with the chicken, like, oh, it needed some, you know, more salt or something like that. Like this is always perfect. Like I never have to add anything extra to it. It is just, it is delicious the way it tastes. It's like I said, like it tastes like restaurant quality food. And normally I can't find a lot of recipes like that that taste that good, that aren't like, that are healthy too, I guess. Boxed macaroni and cheese, and honestly guys too, I don't even like boxed macaroni and cheese, but you guys know what I mean. Like it's not just something that's like easy and, oh, it tastes good because it was fast to make, but this just I don't even know how to describe it, guys. It just, to me, it's like something I would get at a restaurant, but it's at home. It's just my favorite ever. So I ended up having that for dinner, and it was like 2 servings pretty much that I ended up having. And then I ended up having a smoothie for dinner, or like dessert, I guess. I did the half of a bag, or like, what I end up doing is I found works perfect for our blender too, is like, and I think it's really good like consistency for a smoothie. I do 2 cups of frozen fruit to 1 cup of coconut water. So for me that always works out, and it's my favorite, like I said, like tasty and everything like that, and it's the right consistency, I think, and it's enough liquid too where my blender isn't like dying and smoking and stuff like that because it's too thick. So it was a super nice treat too, because it's pretty warm out today again, and we were under like severe thunderstorm warning or watch or something like that for most of the day today as well, which it was like thunderstorming kind of, but it's let up. And now Matthew actually went to fireworks with his girlfriend, which I didn't know they had fireworks the day after the 4th of July, but somewhere they do. So I don't know if they're making up for like yesterday's fireworks. I told you guys how yesterday it thunderstormed as well, or what, or if it's normally they just do it the day after 4th of July, but it's not in our neighborhood. It's like some other area, which I didn't know that they had the fireworks. I don't think that they had fireworks on 4th of July. I knew my other friend went to one that was, or like lives in the area where they had them last night, and I think they still ended up having them. But yeah, it was like weird because it started like thunderstorming like right before like it really got dark out when you like do have fireworks. So I was like, it probably stinks, so like everything's all wet out there. Like it was downpouring for like a good while. But anyways though, guys, it is still early. The night is still young actually when I'm recording tonight. I really wanted to get to some vlogs, but I ended up doing my grocery list instead because that was more pressing. I had to get that taken care of. But I did, like I said too, all the other stuff got caught up with, which was good. And tomorrow is supposed to be somewhat cooler, so if I get up early, which I hope I do, which is why I want to try and get to bed early tonight as well. But if I do, I really want to try and get out and do some yard work tomorrow because there's a lot of things that I need to go back over. The gardens that I already reweeded need to be reweeded again. And like our bushes and stuff like that need to be trimmed down, or do some work out behind the garage and stuff like that. So I don't know what's going to get done tomorrow, but I would like to. At the same time, though, because I know I'm going to be going to the grocery stores, I don't really want to waste all my energy getting to that stuff. I feel like going to the grocery store for me is like such a like mental toll. I feel like going to the grocery store, like, it depends on when I get done doing the yard work and how much I do, because I always like to take a shower afterwards, and then depending on when that is, then I have to go to the grocery store, like, later. Like, I don't know. I'm not sure, guys, because top priority is I have to get to the grocery stores tomorrow, and whatever else ends up happening happens, but I don't know how much yard work I'd be able to get done because I have to go to the stores tomorrow. So we'll have to see, but I feel bad for little Bravo over here because today he was sleeping and not paying attention and just completely rolled off my bed. And I tried to catch him and I didn't, and I felt really bad. I'm so sorry, Mr. B. I felt really bad. He was like laying here and he like went to go stretch and then he just rolled off the bed and I was like, oh my gosh, are you okay? Oh my goodness, Mr. B, are you alright? Are you okay, Mr. B? I felt so bad. Yeah. And he was sitting right next to me and then I went to try and go grab him and like I was like, oh my gosh, and he just completely rolled right out of my hands too. I'm sorry, Mr. B. You can't lay that close to the edge of the bed. Something will happen to you. Like it did. You rolled right off. He looks like he's sucking on his tail. He's like, no, I'm not. And then Charlie over here, he's chewing on his lobster. You have a lobster? Is this your lobster? Guys, they kind of have destroyed it. Honestly, though, I am surprised it has lasted a lot longer than I thought it was going to. For, I think it was like $3 or something like that. It honestly has lasted a lot longer than I thought it was. But they've kind of already chewed the tail apart, and I think they've chewed both kind of lobster claws off. Oh, Charlie boy, you're so funny. Yeah, you're funny. You and your lobster. But I'll see you guys in tomorrow's vlog. If you guys did enjoy today's, make sure you guys give a gold thumbs up. If you guys are new, we'd love it if you'd subscribe. And I'll see all of your sunshiny faces tomorrow. So bye, guys.